Life according to Phil. Building bridges to burn.
Yep. Honest Phil's brutally honest life advice.
Picking up where the oldest profession left off.
Hang on a minute. Not that kind of advice.
Are you limiting yourself?
Absolutely. You
I
know,
thought you were all-knowing.
maybe all knowing, but am I all telling?
Or all doing. So, yeah.
Yeah, probably not. No. If there's an option not to do something, I'll probably take it.
Chapter 1 is just no.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 2, I'll tell you no.
Yeah,
Chapter 3, why are you keeping doing this?
exactly. First thing I want you to do is I want you to write down all your aspirations and your dreams and your goals and all the things you really want to achieve in your life. Yeah. And you hold on to that and then burn it.
Chapter
Because
2.
none of
Get
it's
some
going to
matches.
happen.
That's just in your head.
Lay it out over the floor and then take a good look at it. And that's the only thing you're going to see of it.
Exactly.
On that positive note and angle on life, welcome to episode 126 of the Make Crude Mistakes podcast with positive Phil from Phil Makes Things, jolly KJ from Crude But Efficient, and happy as a whistle, Haavard from Behind the Mistakes. Welcome.
What are you so happy about then?
I am... what's the noun for getting a burden lifted off your shoulders? Yeah, well, I don't have a car anymore. As of 1 hour and 40 minutes ago, I handed my keys and car and spare tires over to Glenn and his wife. So,
Good luck,
yeah.
Glenn.
Good luck, Glenn. Exactly. Now, of
And
course,
this is not the Glenn we all know and love.
No,
Or did you drive to England?
This is Norwegian Glenn. Also a very nice guy. So I'm kind of starting to think there is something to that name. Anywho, I got a message and like, I would like to have a look at your car and buy it, Glenn. Very funny. Screenshot it and sent it to Glenn. Like, oh yeah, you found the ad. Nope, that wasn't him. And even if he had used Google Translate, the Norwegian was too good. So, but still, I had my doubts when I answered that. Sure, pop by and have a look at the car. And of course, where we left off in the last episode, I've written the most honest car ad ever. And it turns out he has been working with cars for a lot of years, and he's now working for a car organization in Norway that working towards I think it's called Stellantis or something, the company that owns all the major car brands, also Jeep. So yeah, he has been working with Jeep previously, and everything I've pointed out. Yep. That's the thing. Yep, he knows that. That's unavoidable. So it's very nice selling it to someone that knows actually what they're getting, or in this case, not getting. So I'm a happy camper, and yeah, Glenn and his wife showed up today and took it off me, and now I'm a pedestrian.
Now you're free.
I'm a free spirit, free soul, carless
Fantastic.
pedestrian. Yeah.
So your albatross is now Glenn's albatross.
Yeah.
And hopefully Glenn is an albatross keeper or
Albatross
warden.
fan?
At this point, I don't care, and it's like, of course, when you're driving to deliver the car, and like midway, it's like, ding, an orange light pop up in the dash. All right, that's a recurring one, so it's probably gonna go away again, hopefully. So I delivered the car, and then I I legged it for the train, and then I like, should I just turn off my cell phone now for a week or two?
No, no, no. I mean, I'm sure caveat emptor, buyer beware. It's a private sale. You know, he bought it, he paid for it. It's his problem now.
Yeah, and I'm very happy that I stated that this is sold as a parts car. Yes, it's MOT and it's running, and there is a slight risk it might run without issues for the next couple of years until the next MOT, but that's a very low risk. So yeah, it's going to be hard for someone coming after a couple of days and saying, "Well, this is not what you pictured us." So because yeah, so no.
So now you're taking the skis into the office.
Oh yes. Now I have an excuse not to go into the office, but I don't have a car. I live in Norway. I mean,
Oh
what am I gonna
no.
walk? Yeah. So now I got a new phone, no car. I mean, this week has been great, and it's only Tuesday. I mean, oh no, I forgot to play the Euro jackpot. I mean,
Oh yeah.
this good of a day, I should have put in a ticket. All right, it's too late now.
I mean, it's the week is not over yet.
That's
Nope.
true. I
There's
could
still
buy
Friday.
one. I could buy one today for Friday. Yeah. So if you're listening to next week's episode, and I'm not there, I won the lottery. And KJ and
Sucks to
Phil.
be you.
And to be honest, KJ and Phil might not be there as well because there might be a company outing in the podcast. Well, yeah.
We'll still put the episode out. It'll just be about an hour's worth of, commercial music or, lift music.
Oh no, it's going to be an episode from a cabin in the northern part of Norway, or was it Scotland? I mean, if I win the Euro jackpot, we might scale up a bit and get a bigger cabin in Scotland.
We'll just buy Scotland.
Well, do you want the? I mean,
No.
Glasgow? No.
No. I mean, enough of Scotland is privately owned anyway. But
Yeah.
Oh, you mean it's not that much left to? Okay, yeah, that's.
well, no, I'd rather give it to the Scottish people. But yeah, call me an old lefty liberal.
Is that? Oh, that's I mean, when people ask you what are you gonna do if you win the lottery, and it is nice to everybody give a philanthropic answer, right? And then someone do the opposite and say, oh, well, I'm gonna spend it on wine, women, and gambling, and whatever's left, I'm gonna waste. But yeah, I'm gonna buy Scotland and give it back to the Scottish.
I think even the Euro Millions jackpot probably isn't quite enough.
No, but I mean the sentiment
Hmm.
is what counts, I think. So yeah.
Well,
Of course, one could piss one. No, let's not go there. I had a very specific fault line in mind of if you're gonna just buy parts of it, then. But yeah, let's not tell anyone what kind of or what side of that fault line. So yeah, moving on. This is a maker podcast after all. So, any making, guys? No. Okay.
I made a video.
you did make a video.
Yes, I
Oh
did.
yeah, you did.
You made some pockets.
Yes,
pockets.
5 pockets in total.
That's a lot of pockets.
It was, but they work, so that's nice.
Do you have
I mean,
enough to have in
one
the
of them
pocket?
is a bit high up, perhaps, but yeah.
Grand. And other people being receptive of the pockets.
Well, I mean, it's definitely a 10 out of 10 video. Yeah, because pockets is not that fun.
But for the people out there who love pockets,
Well, I wouldn't say. And even with that, um,
The North European pocket community. Yeah,
let's
that's
say it's a small one. But I
yeah.
mean, you really need inside pockets this time of year because I mean, one of the days, I think it was Friday, my Bluetooth headset gave out because it was too cold. So I had to. Luckily, I use isotunes, so I could stuff it into my collar and actually heat the batteries up a bit so it would start again and continue playing.
Nice.
So yeah,
I
you want to keep batteries and that sort of thing nice and warm.
I am I'm a firm believer in pockets, and I support pockets in all shapes and sizes. Um, of course, not all pockets are for everyone, and I like the front pockets on the outside. That's basically just for putting your hands in. So I don't put stuff in there because that falls out. I can enjoy a breast pocket because it's nice to put things in there, but it's even better if it's on the inside. So I think I prefer my pockets to be on the inside. Very much of the reasoning that you are making there, but also like things just don't fall out as easily.
Exactly.
But also, you don't want an inside pocket that's too deep,
But
because then you'll just rooting around like this, looking like
yeah,
a monkey.
with half
At
your
some
arm gone.
Yeah, because at some point you're going from having a pocket, or no, having a jacket with a pocket, and to just wearing a bean bag with a hole in it.
Yeah, the entire jacket is the pocket,
Yeah.
and that's not good.
You are the pocket.
Yeah.
What you really wanted to wear is just like it's like one of those safari vests that's covered in pockets under your jacket,
I thought it
and
was
then
just the
and
inside
then
out, but yeah.
and then
Yeah, you turn it inside out and then you seam it together. So that's the liner of your jacket. That's fucking amazing. That
there we go.
a
Just
bit uncomfortable to wear, maybe, but
bit uncomfortable, deeply unfashionable, but 100% practical.
Isn't that a middle-aged man thing?
you got
When
pockets.
when you stopped buying sports car and motorcycles, then you just go into old man territory, and then you get a fisherman's vest and cargo pants and that sort of
I
thing.
saw a stand-up show once about someone ranting on about how cargo pants went out of fashion because yeah, I mean cargo pants and cargo shorts with a lot of pockets. And what he fantasized about was to fill those up to the brim with coins. And then, of course, just walk around until one of the less fortunate in life asks if you have any change. Oh, do I? And then you just won the jackpot, baby. And then you'll have a bell like ding, 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 ding. And it would just start throwing coins like, you win the jackpot, baby. So, yeah.
I myself have several pair of cargo trousers. I find them very useful. And they
And
never went out of
I just
fashion for
now
me. But then,
realized I said cargo pants, didn't I? Yes, I did. That's
well, cargo pants for our American listener.
yeah. I mean, if you have cargo pants, then you very much want the pocket to be on the inside.
Are there cargo pants UK with a small pocket on the side of it? That would be really cute. To give a condom or something like that. I mean, it must be a thing.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Tactical pants. There's your episode title, gents.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've also been doing some woodworking outside in -8 degrees because I realized that the weather is not going to be better for a couple of weeks. So I better just get on with it if I want to get on with it. So I dressed for the weather and pulled out first my planer, and then the table saw, and then the miter saw, and then the palm router to make a piece of wood flat, soft, and a bit smaller. And it was not that bad. Oh yeah, and the sander as well, because I sanded it. So all the steps, and then I shoveled snow to get the sawdust out from the ground, because it didn't look
And
that nice.
was there a reason for making this piece of wood, smaller, squarer, and flatter, or did you just want to do that?
Yes, I did actually have a plan for it.
You just put
Okay.
it back on the shelf. That's
That's
ready
a
for
really nice bit of wood
later.
now. There we go.
Takes up less space as well. It's perfect.
Exactly. I'll do something with that one day.
Yeah, because I needed it done to move a project forward. So then we just had to do it. And I've also been playing around with bleach. So my workshop smells kind of like a swimming pool, which my youngest kid really loves. I mean, I sit there with a breathing mask and try not to huff too much of the fumes, and he comes in and says, this smells wonderful.
Wow.
Okay, we need to go swimming with you sometime.
So
soon.
you've been making tie-dye shirts then?
Yes, ish. No, not shirts, but in that vein. Because yes, you can. It's a very good way to color black fabric better than my logo T-shirt attempts earlier, because that didn't really last in the washing machine, as Haavard very much knows.
No, I now have a very comfortable black T-shirt.
Yeah.
Very, very much labelless. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I did a test piece before I did those T-shirts, and that came out. I mean, it lost like 40% of the color in the washing machine, but
Yeah.
that fabric must have been very different than the one in the T-shirt, because I bought some decent new T-shirts for that, and
The funny thing
those
is
did
that
not hold the color at all in the same
No.
way.
because the funny thing is that I had that shirt. I used that shirt. I mean, I still use it, but at some point, I've done the laundry and I was folding clothes, and then I just, all right, this is the wife's pile, this is my pile, and this is the kids, and then there's this black T-shirt. It's like, I can't remember this one. Oh, this is probably no, it's a men's shape and size. So, but, so I actually asked my wife, "Where's this T-shirt from?" I think that's yours. It's not mine. And then, if you held it at the right angle towards the light, you could see the contours of a logo. And then, oh yeah, that shirt. Because I don't really have a only black shirt.
Well, now you almost do.
Not even from your death metal years.
I mean, I've never been into the. I was going to say costumes, but that is actually what it is, isn't it?
Mm.
Yes,
So
very much
yeah,
so.
at some point I did have a jeans jacket, and I really wanted Metallica or Iron Man Maiden patch to go, but never got around to it, and then I outgrew the jacket, and that's that. So yeah, no, never got on that train actually.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not too late, but I'm not going to start this year. So
I would say it's too late for you. I mean,
just
if
in
you're-
general, I know.
no, but I mean, if you had one of those jeans jackets with a lot of patches when you were young and you just kept using it, that's fine. But if a middle-aged man just starts, now I'm gonna wear a jeans vest with patches, then that is a bit weird.
No, I need to get a t-shirt. It can be a brand new T-shirt, but it needs to say Iron Maiden tour of 1985, and I need to wash it 15 times on 90 degrees in a row, and then you can start wearing it. Like, yeah,
So you
okay.
put plenty of thought into this. Yeah, it's never too late to have a midlife crisis.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that depends on how long you expect your life to be.
Well, we don't know, do you?
I mean, I haven't had my crisis yet, as far as I know. So
No,
I mean,
well,
statistically, we
I'm
are
gonna live to
all
90.
if we haven't already have our midlife crisis, that ship has sailed. Statistically,
oh.
midlife
Is
is in
that
like
what you do when you lay on the deathbed? Okay, I am 84 now, so I was 42 when I was midlife. What crisis? Was my midlife
yeah.
crisis?
Let me check my Rolodex. What crisis did I have in
42,
2002?
42.
Oh
No.
yeah, everything makes sense now. I can let go finally.
I think I had more of a crisis turning 30 than I did turning 40, to be honest. All of a sudden I
Yeah.
started like buying really young trendy clothes for a little while. It all got a little bit strange.
I mean, I think turning 50 is going to be worse than 40. 40 was okay. 30, I did not think much about, but I did realize at some point that, all right, I've owned several motorcycles, and I think I was in my 30s when I got a red MG two-seater. I mean, it's a four-seater, but you have to be amputees to use the back seats. And I just realized that I've done everything before 35, like the things that people tend to link to midlife crisis. So once I get to a crisis, I have nothing left.
Except getting a younger wife.
Oh, that's not happening.
Yeah, better.
Yeah, I'm. Don't get me wrong. I've said this earlier. I'm very pleased with my wife, but I've also realized that if I can't make it with this one, then that's it. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna start over again with someone younger that hasn't been through what I mean life basically. I never understands the
Yeah,
50-year-old, 60-year-olds that get someone at 20. They don't. They're still wet behind the ears. They don't know what they want or how the world works. I could not. No, it's like getting a new child. It would feel more like a grandfather, I think. Then it's just wrong.
yeah.
So no,
Let's skip this age talk, because between when we record this episode and it comes out, I will be 1 year older. So let's don't.
Oh, really?
really.
Yes,
And what date is that?
that will be the 12th.
The
So
12th.
yeah, I will be
Oh, the
turning
day
4.
before Friday 13th. Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes. I was also born on a
You were also born on the
Thursday.
12th as well. It's
Yeah,
weird, isn't
no, but
What a
on
coincidence! Like
the day
Every
before
year it's the
Friday,
12th.
the day before Friday the 13th, because the nurse said, well, "No, he's not going to be born on a Friday. Let's get this show on the road." Because I was hesitant to come out, apparently. Uh,
Oh, well, out you come.
I mean, it's amazing. Like, it's a statistical anomaly, isn't it? I mean, every year my birthday has been on the same date. What are the odds?
I know. And it's like when you got that best friend who's like a couple of years older than you, and it doesn't matter how many years pass, it's always still a couple of years older than you, isn't he?
Yeah, that's annoying, man.
People.
yeah,
I mean, it makes it easy. I don't need Facebook to remember my cousin's birthday because it's the day before me, and she's 1 year older. So of course, for one day, she's 2 years older than me, and when we were kids, that meant a lot. So she was like really rubbing my nose in it for that one day that I'm now 2 years older than you, and of course, I just wished that it was the other way around. That I for just one day could be just as old as her before, but yeah, that's not how years work. We'll learn later on, but yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Another maker thing that happened to me is, for the first time in my life, I have broken a bandsaw blade.
ooh.
So that was something to celebrate, or I guess
So, did you need to change pants?
no, no.
Okay.
I just had to change over and use the jigsaw to actually cut out the machine gun my son wanted out of a piece of wood.
Yeah.
Oh, so it didn't fail in a sort of spectacular explosion then.
No, it just said bonk and then it stopped cutting.
No,
It was,
it's disappointing, isn't it?
yeah, I would have hoped for something more. There I was in safety glasses and ear protection and everything, ready to be whipped in the face to get a cool scar or something like that. But no.
But it's a good feeling though when you are wearing the full PPE and something actually happens. Like, haha! I tricked death.
kinda.
All the other 99,000 other times.
Yeah.
Well, I was just practicing for this moment.
Yeah.
Fuck you, death.
And then the next day, you don't need to wear it because it has happened now. And then what's the chance of the lightning striking twice in the same spot? Next to nothing. Now you're good for years, just doing the safety squint. before
Or
you have-
very likely. No.
Yeah.
The odds are it'll never happen again, or it'll happen almost immediately again.
Yeah, I've never been good at statistics when it comes to.
Lies, damn lies, and then there's statistics.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Well, my woodworking this week has been the sum total of a lot of sanding. And that's about it.
Is it
How
something
fun.
nice that you're sanding?
Well, yes, I took this clock apart. I'm refurbishing and modernizing a clock. Because the pendulum in the clock is a lie. It's just on a plastic hanger on the back of a quartz movement.
Okay, so it's
So that's going out, and the bottom of the clock is going to become something. Not sure what yet, but it's got this slightly water stained, very old finish on it. So that's all got to come off. And it's very hard. I don't know what it is. I tried just sanding it with the orbital sander with a 60 grit, and it wasn't touching it. So I went down to a 60 grit, hand sanding along the grain, and that started to lift it off. And this is I know how old it is because we've had it for about 30 years, and Mum and Dad bought it new, more than 30 years. So it's very old. Maybe an oil finish, maybe boiled linseed oil. I don't know. It smells nice. Whatever it is that's coming off. Yeah, so just a lot of sanding, so much sanding, and this stuff you just do about sort of 5 or 6 strokes with some sandpaper, and it's completely clogged up. So you've got to go at it with a wire brush and get all that stuff off, and then start again.
fun.
Slow, boring, but it's got to be done.
And that's the problem though. I think it was last summer I tried paint stripper on a fire extinguisher, and I mean it's nice because you don't ruin the metal whatever you do, and it worked like a charm.
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, you don't have to sand or scrape or anything. And then I thought it would probably work on wood as well, but there is a chance that it will ruin the wood. So it is. I mean, I've seen the pictures of the clock, and it's nice wood, so you don't want to ruin it either. So you just have to take your time actually sanding.
And when it is a clock with some sentimental value as well, so don't want to.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be quite radically changed by the time I finish with it.
But I mean, it's the same clock underneath.
Yeah. I
mean,
I'm gonna
ship of Theseus and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so I'm not going to repaint the face or laser cut numbers because I think the Roman numerals, it fits with the style of the clock. So that's going to stay. I'm going to put the right hands on it though. It's just got straight hands on it now. It should have something a little bit more ornate. And it needs a new movement because the battery leaked into the old one, and yeah, it's completely gummed up. So, but they're cheap enough. So a new movement, new handset, fresh coat of some sort of finish, and do something with the bottom of the box effectively.
I mean, it looks like a display for something small, like doing a small Lego diorama or
It's not a terrible idea, is it?
something.
Yeah.
But turning it into a clock, no, a hat, then you can be Clocksworth from Beauty and the Beast. That would actually be a good cosplay of that.
So it's cut out for the eyes, so you can wear it like a mask.
I mean, it's niche. It might get views. Probably more than me, sticking some hooks in it and calling it a key cabinet. I'll give that
I
some.
very much want to see this now.
I'll give that some lengthy consideration. No. I don't think that's going to happen.
Give it some time in Photoshop at least.
All right, I'll give it some time in Photoshop. I'll Photoshop it on my head.
Just for us, please.
Rightio. Consider it done. I'll make a note of it right now. Clock face.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
Have I been doing any making? He said.
That
you
was
didn't.
what
You
was going to
didn't,
be my
did you?
very next question.
Yeah, very much. I had tip on my tongue. Yeah.
Sure.
How's the car coming? We know what you're
With the
doing.
second car. You're all cars now.
Yeah. I'm the car guy. No, I put on the tape to mark out the racing stripe, and I've painted it red and removed the tape before the paint dried too much, and it came out good. I'm pleased with it. I just need to wet sand some of the edges because there was some bleed through under the tape, but I am a bit at a crossroad. Because if I'm going to do it properly, you need to wet sand it to get it to a matte finish before you apply the clear coat. Because then you will be sure that the clear coat will stick. The problem is when you're using a rattle can, the layers are extremely thin. And if at least on the round bits or close to corners, it's extra thin. And then if you wet sand for half a second too much, you are through to the white undercoat. And then you have to mask everything up again. So I'm thinking I'm just going to clean the edges because there is white under there anyway. And then I'm just going to put clear coat on it. And there is a slight chance that some point down the road it will delaminate or scrape off. Most likely not, but then again, it's going to be a toy car for a 5-year-old. And if I see the first car I made for the now 7-year-old, it got a lot of dings and nicks in it. So I think the paint still will outlast the time needed before the owner turns it into a car wreck. So, and that will save me some time. That means that I just need Saturday basically to put the clear coats on, and then I can do all the edits, and then on Sunday I can just film the last bit when I'm putting the wheels on and everything, and then do the IKEA Lazy Susan roundabout shot, and then call it a day. So it's getting there, but it has been just sanding, painting, sanding, painting, sanding, painting for what feels like an eternity now. So
You sound a bit sick of it.
I'm very much, but I mean that was very much anticipated, and luckily I had a huge cardboard box to make a makeshift spray booth, and I have learned a lot from that. So I now know the size and how I would like to lay out lights and hooks and everything in the paint booth I'm going to build when the garage is done. but I'm very much looking forward to just tearing that box apart and throw it away because it's blocking light and view and table space in my workshop. So it's time to move on.
Yeah, it's a lot of faff with all the painting and the sanding and the painting and the sanding, but you've got to remember what you're doing it for. The
Yeah, the
disappointment of
views.
seeing it chipped.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but that's a good thing though. I mean, I have been showing pictures to the kids. This is a car now, and the 5-year-old like, oh, I can't wait to play with it, and that's like, yeah, the customer is approving already before it's done. So that's nice.
Good.
Good.
The liquidity of that said client is not too much to boast about. So the pay is going to be extremely low. But
I mean, hugs and kisses go a long way.
yes, very much so. So yeah. Other than that, I have done no making. It's been focusing on selling car and getting a new phone up to speed. I think I've dialed everything in again. So it's like, and then to drain every left little bit of energy I did the unspeakable. I went to IKEA on a Saturday
Ooh,
with two
Hey.
kids.
Hey.
that's self-torture.
Yeah. But we started off, we needed to raise the blood sugar. So we started in the cafeteria with meatballs and cake. And
Nice.
then while on a sugar rush, we just ran down and got everything. So I got a cabinet and some drawer for my 3D printer because I saw someone doing that on Instagram, and that's brilliant. So now, for the first time in roughly a year, I got it off from the floor and into a cabinet, and it's much more fun to build a cabinet around it than to actually do the service that is due, like oiling up the lead screws and whatnot. But it's starting to make some squeaky noise, so I need to give it a bit of a rub down.
Or just shut the doors on the cabinet. I can't hear it squeaking anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fine.
Put in a powerful fan just to drown the noise.
Yep.
Problem solved.
It's like when your car starts making that weird rattle. Just roll the windows up, turn the stereo up. It'll be fine.
So, what are your thoughts of the 3D printer now that you had it a while? Was it a good purchase, or you
A,
saw that you didn't do it earlier?
a very, very good decision. I love it, and it's worked flawlessly. And then for some reason, I was looking at something else and getting some filament, and I realized that in that year they have also gone up considerably in price, just
Ooh,
inflation. So if
that's
I was
nice.
going to buy it now, it would be several £100 more,
Mm.
unless you're lucky to find it on a sale. So yeah, but I'm not planning on starting a print farm anytime soon. But no, it's nice, and it makes parts left and right. And of course, last year I made the both the vertical and the horizontal phone holders for the cabinet next to my bed. Um, and of course, the new phone didn't fit in the old ones. I had to drill out the pop rivets and take the old ones off, and yeah, 10 minutes editing and pressing print, and a couple of hours later, I now have a new phone holder for my new phone. So now I can lay in bed and watch movies both horizontally and vertically. The phone, that is not me. I'm always horizontally.
I mean, it might be some yoga thing of.
Yeah. And the Kama Sutra of film I'm watching. Yeah. Not sure what that would be, but
No, we're not watching the Kama Sutra. No.
no. Whatever you do, don't Google that. Just yeah, whatever pictures you have in your head, that's probably worse enough. So yeah.
I leave that for the half pint.
Leave it. Whatever you do, don't mention it. Don't mention the Kama Sutra.
I also feel I haven't got as much making in as I would have liked because this weekend I didn't just attend one but two plays because for some scheduling reasons, that was the only weekends when they had the afternoon shows, which is much easier for. For the one, I went with my mother, who is 86 years old, so she's rather not out late at night. And the other was with my wife and me. We got to get the kids sometimes. Um, so one was called Men That Weave, and the oldest
Oh
stage
yeah.
was just huge looms going all over the place, and it was a bit weird but really good. But it really made me want to take up weaving again because it tickled that fancy.
I've actually, I think I've heard of that show before you mentioned it as well.
It was nice going back to the theater as well. It's been too long since we went, because I mean I am a theater kid at heart, so
Yeah.
it was nice.
Yeah, me too. And we are not going to the theater per se, but next Saturday, me and my wife is going on. It's basically a date night. We're going on a
Ooh.
stand-up show, and the family said that the kids could come and sleep over. So we will just drop the kids off and we'll just go and eat and have a couple of beers, watch a stand-up show, and then go home and pass out, and then have basically a night alone without being woken up in the early morning. And yeah, it's gonna be nice just waking up, having coffee in bed, and haven't done that in 7.5 years. So
You're
looking
not
forward to it.
taking in going to a hotel as well, so you can make the most of a
Yeah,
night out.
yeah. We didn't think about it, but then again, you wake up and it's not your bed,
Yeah,
so your back gets wonky, and then at some point you need to check out, and you don't have your coffee maker or your coffee there, and
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I know,
So
but
no,
date night is nice.
yeah, that's I mean, if I ever was to have like a New Year's resolution for this year, it's having more date nights, and so far we're on a good track. And it's also 2 weeks until winter holiday here in Norway, and yeah, we are traveling away to my wife's cousin. And she has given us a date night as well as a gift. Like, all right, for one night of your choosing during the week, I'll watch the kids, and you can go out and have dinner, and yeah, some actually get to talk to each other, because we don't. We get up in the morning and we're screaming commands like a drill sergeant, and then you get to work, and we don't have to talk how work is, and then you get home again, and it's the drill sergeant routine until the kids are asleep, and then you just need to
5 minutes of quiet.
Yeah.
yeah, and then it's time to sleep. So yeah.
Yeah,
I just want 5 minutes without screaming.
yeah, kinda,
Exactly.
kinda. So Phil, how does it feel to live the dream?
Well, I've got a cat, so
Never mind.
well, the fluffy horror wakes me up at 5 o'clock in the morning with its extraordinary flavored breath right in my face. Hello, good morning. Yes, you clearly have been sleeping for far too long. It's breakfast time.
I've
Get up now.
I've been up for 2
Now.
hours already, licking
Now.
my bum
Now.
constantly. Now get up.
Now. Now. Yeah. And you can't even make a cup of coffee first, because she must be obeyed immediately. And anything you do which is not directly related to getting the bowl and putting food in the bowl and putting the food bowl on the floor just gets more just abject derision and baring of teeth.
But from one cat owner to another, Phil, I wanted to ask you this. I mean, we have a more outdoorsy cat, and she got her own room and or a cat door. But she's gone for like 3 and 4 days. But of course, I see that the food and the water is being eaten and drunk, but she's nowhere to be seen. And then Every now and then she just pops up and she just sits there and like making this "Meow,
Mm.
meow." And then of course like fuck off, and I just go inside and go to bed, and then you can just hear her outside the window of our, because she obviously knows what our bedroom is, and then she's sitting there. "Meow." And then it's a variation of the same sound when another cat is coming on to our plot of land, but then we understand that it's towards that other cat. But I'm yes, you have food. You have what? What are you trying to tell us? Like sp- speak like a human being. It's like I have no idea what that means, but it's a thing, obviously.
I watched one of those ridiculous videos. Every time your cat meows at you, it's trying to tell you something. Well, that's shocking. I didn't had no idea that the cat was trying to communicate with me in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if it has food and water, I would guess it just I'm bored.
Yeah,
I'm bored.
yeah.
I'm bored.
Yeah, and that would be understandable, but this is the kind of cat. She's like those toys in the 80s where you put a water balloon into this plastic ball and it had a timer on it, and you just passed it between you and your friends. And the one who held it when the bell rang and it punctured the balloon, you got wet. And this cat is the furry version of that. You can't pet her, and she's making all the sounds like, yeah, I'm enjoying this, I'm enjoying this. And then it's everything between 5 seconds and 45 seconds until, yep, I'm done cuddling now. And then it's like all claws and teeth. And then you're bleeding. So, of course, nobody wants to touch that cat, obviously.
Well, Baroness von Fluffhouse, or Fluff as we'd like to call her,
Fluffers, yeah.
is in desperate need of combing because a winter coat is very thick, and that is a battle of wills and requires leather gauntlets. Because I've known cats in the past which absolutely love being brushed. This is a makers podcast. You're all tuned in for the woodwork and the 3D printing, of course, but it's a bit of catch diversion. I've known cats which you show it the brush and it'll just be like laying out. Come on, brush me. You filthy bastard, brush me.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Fluff, no, she sees the comb and it is like, where can I hide? Fuck.
It's our cat is in the other scale of the or the spectrum of the scale, or whatever you want to call it. And of course it was, and I'm coming to terms with saying was, because I think my father got it and had it for like 2 years before he passed away, and we've had that cat now for 10 years, so it's our cat. um but of course, for almost a year she was living in my father's house until we sold the house, and then all right, we need to bring the cat with us. And she make a specific kind of variation of that sound whenever you put her in a small like cage and bring her in a car. And of course, from my father's house and to where I live now, it's 8.5 hours drive. And picture 8 hours with every 20 seconds is like "Meow." And I must admit that we had a blanket. I tried putting that over it doesn't muffle anything. So the radio was playing loud. But yeah, that was some
That sounds like Guantanamo Bay for
memorable.
that poor cat.
Yeah. And of course, it's she's nowhere to be seen once a travel cage pops out, but also because the time ticking bomb function, you can't brush her or do anything. But she's like a Norwegian forest cat, so at some point she has huge balls in her fur that you need to cut off. But of course, you don't want to lose your hand, so you need then to set the cat flap to one direction so she can get in, and then she can't get out again, and then she's just like hammering. But and now she's started to catch on. So whenever she can go in and get food, but she can't get out again. Oh no, he's bringing that dreaded. So then she's starting making the cage sounds before even the cage is out, and then you have to go into this little room and try to catch him or her, and then you have to go to the vet and put her under. But it's costly. But you have to do it, and then they do everything. They check her teeth and whatnot, and give her all the things that a cat need, and cut her fur. And at some point, a friend of mine, he's a veterinarian, so we brought the cat in to him, and like, yeah, should we just give her just the same cut all over, or do you want a lion cut or whatever? And I was just look at him and I'm like, what do you mean lion cut? Yeah, some cut them like small lions, and I could see it, like the twinkle in his eyes, like, oh yeah, we need to do the lion cut. And we had a laugh. So of course they cut her fur, but they kept the mane with a combination of you keeping the fur around the paws, like it was a lion poodle hybrid, and
It's
it
a
was
lion,
hilarious. Yeah.
lion, cat, poodle.
Yeah. And if looks could kill, I mean, that cat gives you the killer looks every time, but it was very much
Oh yeah.
intensified in that period because she knew you did this to me for your own amusement. Yep.
Cat can stare at you with a sort of just a very wide range of emotions, from just abject derision to hate to I'm going to kill you. But if I kill you, who's going to open the tins of food? That's a real tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, Phil, if you tomorrow morning, when the Fluffmeister wakes you, if you hold up a brush, what would you do?
Interesting. Psychological warfare.
Because, I mean, she really doesn't want to be combed, but she really wants food. Would that be a syntax error for her mentally, or what would win of the emotions?
You asked me to try and blue screen my cat.
Maybe.
Dum.
The window sound, and it just
I don't know, but it's going to be an interesting psychological experiment. I'm going to try that in the morning.
yeah. You do that,
Absolutely.
and let's finish this episode on the last cat-related news, I guess. I heard a documentary of crime scenes investigators where people pass away and the animals have been trapped in the apartment. And
That's
it was
never
like,
good.
within 2 hours, the cat was eating your face. While the dog was like just starving for weeks. And if I remember correctly, a lot of the dogs just die. They won't eat you, but then some of them, like the survival instinct kicks in, so they do eat you, but it like that is right before they perish themselves. But no, a cat is like, oh, the tin can opener is dead. Buffet.
Yeah, that cats don't give a shit.
No.
Yep. They will eat your face and then shit on the carpet.
Exactly.
Well, they are murderers, so.
And on
They
that
are.
notion, we end the main episode, and I'm not sure how we'll segue into the half pint from West, but I'm sure we'll figure it out in a day or two.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Normally is.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.
Ta-ta.
You say normal is, but I'm not. Normal is that? Oh, never mind.
There's nothing normal about this.
I mean, it is normal a word we should use about this podcast.
No.